Hello, lovely listeners, and good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Um, we're we're keeping on the same lines that are coming up. So if people are still having issues with this, good old judgment.
Yeah, I was
Good old
joking.
judgment.
Let's change the name of the podcast to The Judgment Show.
Oh my goodness! And it's funny as we're talking about it, kind of what we're going to go through. I was literally walking through aisles in Colburn's um, to grab some food for work today, and the I heard the voices in my head, my own thoughts. I'm going to put say not voices, my thoughts in my head. They're very quiet, but they're totally in the back as to judging all the sugars all around, judging like all the preservatives, and like, well, I can't have that. Like, what's there for me here? Like, what? Why don't they make any food that I can eat? So then there was this whole poor me attitude that was going on, and it was very quiet back there. But I didn't even realize it was still happening. I thought personally, I'm doing good. But it turned out like, wow, I'm still doing some judgments here.
It's
It's
wild,
sad.
isn't it, Kim?
Yeah.
I was sharing with Kim that as I was, doing my stuff this morning, I had the same experience going on where it's like these thoughts, these automatic thoughts that used to just go through my mind, my brain, that I just didn't had nothing. They had it. I could hear them. Like you said, they were quiet, but I could hear them.
Yeah.
And I was like, judging this, judging this. Now, deciding you like or don't like something or want or don't want something is one thing, but taking
Yep.
it to judgment
Yep.
is wow.
It turned into a harmful energy going through my body.
Mm-hmm.
When I started doing like the what's here for me, and I was like, that's when it really hit me as to what my thoughts were doing. Instead of just recognizing, oh, that has sugar. Okay, not for me. Nobody, keep moving on. It, somehow I inadvertently twisted it into like, well, the poor me. There's nothing here for me. So, whoa,
Right?
not good.
Not
That
good.
creates a disbalance in your energy and a disbalance in your physical body and creates disease.
Mm-hmm. I had described it. It's taking something that's very neutral, a like or a dislike, or I don't want sugar. Okay,
Yep.
that's fine. It takes
Yep.
that, which is just fine. That's literally in that stillness, Kim. There's nothing, right? There's nothing attached to that. It's not good. It's not bad. You're not nothing. You're just saying, I just don't want it. Okay, moving on. It takes that very neutral stance. When we add that judgment into it, it's like
Huh?
rocket fuel for difficulty, for hardship, for self harm in a way, because the you do it so much, and like you said, it turns that energy really, really. It's it almost turns the energy sick.
Yep. And I sat there and I thought, what, what? How can people hear that little subtle voice in their head? How can they be more aware that it's actually occurring? Because, like I said, I wasn't even tuning in. I was just going along the aisles looking all around, and I didn't even hear that little voice
Yeah,
until we were talking.
you didn't hear that voice until you and I started talking. Is that what you're saying when we brought this topic up?
Yep.
Ah,
And that's when it literally came up to the forefront. And so, as we're going along, I'm sitting thinking, what? How can people be more aware that their voice is saying this to themselves, if they don't know? They don't realize that they're judging. They're like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm not judging.
or they're like
Um,
annoyed with Jill, and Kim for talking about judgment so
yes,
often.
yes. Like, what? So I had an idea for people to try today.
Perfect.
And I would like you to kind of set the intention of when you're inadvertently judging. So, for one, you kind of have to know a little bit of a feeling. What does judgment feel to you? If somebody's judging you, okay, don't pick on anybody in particular, but if you think of somebody judging you, what does that kind of feel like? Where do you feel that in your body? And just recognize that. Um, maybe you do. Maybe you just also get a sick stomach in your a sick feeling in your stomach. maybe you scratch your head, whatever it is. Say, okay, I recognize that. Now I want you to amplify it a little bit more. Yep, I'm asking to amplify a feeling. Oh, but it's to help you recognize that you're judging a lot faster, so then you can shift that. So then you can be in that moment like, whoa, oh, that just hit me. Oh, man, I didn't realize I was starting to judge again. Okay, now I can turn it down a notch. Now I can say thank you for allowing me to see that. I didn't see that.
Okay, so clarify for me the feeling
Yep.
we're amplifying.
We're amplifying our self-feeling of judgment. So
Okay.
you're going to sit, or you don't have to physically sit,
Yeah.
but you're going to allow the feeling of judgment coming towards you. So I want you to think of somebody, something that represents judgment.
Yeah.
And go in your body, see where you feel it. Do you also just feel drained? Do you get a yawn? Do you scratch your head? Do you get a like weird pain in your knee? Like, what actually physically happens?
Gotcha.
Do your shoulders go up? Do you feel like a tenseness somewhere? Do you feel like a gut ache? Like, really go in and pay attention to that. It's like the subtle sign. But then I see you turning it up a notch and saying, today, I'm allowing myself to feel the judgment.
Yeah.
When it comes in.
Okay.
So then you can, your body's going to talk to you a little bit louder today, but then when it hits you, then you could say, oh, wow, I didn't know I was doing that. Judging right there. Oh, thank you. So you turn it more into a game, and then you could say, oh, I got it. Thank you. And you could turn down the notch a little bit.
I love it. I get it. And I love it. That's really simple, and yet it's highly effective.
Yep. And at that moment, when you're in that place of just being and in that stillness of that judgment, you can make a different decision, a different choice, and say, thank you for allowing me to recognize I was judging there. And then go in deeper if you have to, or you can just say thank you.
Yeah. It's just time. I was even kind of like a little exasperated by, here's judgment again. I was like, don't we have a different topic? And I was like, you know what? We don't. There's a reason this is coming up. It's something about it has shifted that we can, like, we started this podcast and this conversation by saying, how you and we could actually hear our thoughts.
Yep.
And I think something has shifted where these thoughts used to be a lot quieter. And I think somehow, like, your average everyday person, even not paying any attention to this stuff, is hearing those thoughts more. That's a shift. And it's because we just really need to turn, the way I look at it is like we need to turn the volume down on some of those mental activities we have going on. And one of the mental activities that we need to turn the volume down on, which we will get there, is judgment. But before turning the volume down on it, we are actually doing the opposite. We're turning it up so that we can become very aware of the experience and where we're feeling it in our body. So it's kind of counterintuitive, right? To turn it up first, but that's what we're doing. As per Kim's lovely advice. Wonderful.
Yep.
Okay.
It's actually a really good day. I hear it's not meant to be mean, malicious. It's literally we're judging the judgment.
Yeah.
and we are turning down the judgment towards judgment. Yeah. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Turning down the judgment towards judgment. All right. Cool. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jill.
Yes. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for listening. And until next time.